Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your dude B Love, aka Bubs the God here, and you are now tuned in to TTB Entertainment.
Bitch.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is the panel. With host Bubs the God, Aaron Wilds Out TV, and the voice of TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel. And as you guys can see, our other two co-hosts cannot be here right now because, well, it's 3 o'clock in the fucking morning and this is breaking fucking news, okay? So breaking news, we have a special guest. You see him? Jordan Lake is in the building, adult entertainer Jordan Lake. Now, a couple of hours ago on Twitter, Jordan Lake revealed that he has decided to leave Helix Studios. Now, Jordan, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show. You tweeted a lot of things, right? But you tweeted that you didn't know of all the dark secrets that were in store for you. What did you mean by that?
So basically the dark secrets is how many things are like pushed down with the studio. So I came into it thinking it was gonna be like an amazing time. I was gonna go in there and meet so many people and just have a good time. But what you don't know is that there's so many rules that are set in place, as in you can't date certain people. They trash talk so many of the studios. They would basically drug us to where we couldn't even, if we didn't know what was going on, and they would sleep with us.
Oh. Who's drugging you at Helix Studios?
So it was like the owner. So Eli, he had told me that a few months ago, he was drugged and he didn't know what was going on until the next morning.
Oh my God! Now, for those who don't know, Eli Bennet is Jordan's best friend and roommate. They announced this together hours ago. You know what I mean? And Eli has been going on a tangent as well. The owner of Helix Studios has drugged both you and Eli.
Yes.
And has he had sex with both you and Eli?
Not me, but he has with Eli.
Yikes. You joined the long list of people who have left Helix Studios throughout the years. You know, Joey Mills left, Angel Rivera left, Kane Fox, Trevor Harris. The list goes on and on and on. Did you know about these people leaving before you signed on to be with Helix Studios?
No, I thought that they were all still with the studio. And then I came in and I was basically told that they just quit on their own and that they're nobodies anymore.
Okay, first of all, how old are you for our audience? How old are you?
I'm 19.
You just turned 19 recently, or?
Back in November, I turned 19.
Okay, so you signed with them when you were freshly 18?
Yes.
Okay, see, that's a problem I have with these porn studios. I feel like they prey on people who just turned 18. They're young, naive, vulnerable, need some extra cash, and they do shit like this. What made you want to sign to Helix and be an adult entertainer in the first place?
So it all started because I was working just a part-time job at Planet Fitness, and I wanted to do something else with my life. And so in my mind, before I was like in the industry, I thought that Helix Studios was this amazing place that you would have so much fun. I've seen so many of the videos where they go out and hang out with each other, but at all.
Yeah, they have so many of those like fraternity type of vibe videos where it's like it looks like welcome everybody, come. This is such an amazing family.
Such an amazing experience. It's gonna be awesome.
Now, ever since your shocking allegations on Twitter, a couple of people are claiming, including Max Carter, he's claiming that you're clout chasing. What do you have to say to Max Carter?
Basically, I hope that he can. I mean, obviously, I've posted so many of the previous lawsuits, and so there's going to be a time when you see all of these models leaving, and then the producers are coming in and saying that we're lying. So with all of these, I think it's been 6 people leaving. Are we all lying?
Okay, I mean, like I stated earlier, a lot of people have left Helix throughout the years, so you all cannot be lying, and
Mhm.
you all are essentially saying the same fucking story. It's just
Yeah.
different names, just different names. But speaking of Angel Rivera, he did have your back. How do you feel about him having your back online tonight?
That was honestly amazing. I wasn't expecting to get all of the support from the fans. I was expecting it to just be, hey, we're quitting, that's it, and like Helix to rebut a little bit. But no, all of the fans, Angel, they all went off and they had our back.
Okay, now speaking of producers, Helix producer, what's his name? Casey Roman. He said he says he says it's funny that you say that you're a victim when you pretended to be his friend and he let you live in his house. How do you respond to him saying that to you?
Um, so the thing with that is when I turned 18, I had a friend in LA tell me that he was looking for a roommate. And so of course, just turning 18, you want to get out of your parents' house, you want to make your own thing. And so I packed my car up and I went to LA and I got there and he said that he talked to his landlord and that he can have another roommate. And so I called Casey and I told him what was going on and he casted me for Return to Helix Academy Wrestling. So it's not like he was saying, oh, come stay with me, we're not filming or anything. He had me film and stay there. And I was only there alone for 2 days. And then the other models flew in.
So basically, he wasn't even trying to help you out. He was really trying to help himself out by getting you to film. And he saw that you were in a desperate situation, so he used that to his advantage.
Exactly.
That's basically what I'm getting from this. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is Casey Roman?
I'd have to say he's in his 50s.
So these are grown ass men playing with you.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Have you guys filed any charges or anything? Is there any legally going to happen to them? Because these stories keep coming out, and nothing's happening.
Right now, no, but we're certainly thinking about it.
Yes, because you said they drugged you guys and slept with you. So that's, I mean,
yeah.
That's what drugs were they? Do you know the drug exactly?
Not sure. I knew that he would have like, there was so much alcohol that was there. I've gotten blackout drunk around all of them. And we've told them that like we're underage and they don't even care. We'll go out to Hibachi, a place that like every Helix person knows. And since the Helix people know the owners don't care and they'll serve us alcohol without even IDing us.
Even though you're not 21, but you
Yeah.
know. Unfucking believable. Now, besides the drugging, what else have they done to you that you could let the fans know out there, you know, the people who love Helix, that you can just warn them about this?
Basically that once you come in, they're gonna play this part that Helix is so amazing that you can get paid so much, but you don't. Helix, to my knowledge, is the lowest paying studio. I've talked with many other studios and they're willing to pay me much more. The other week, my deciding factor of why I was going to leave is because Casey had told me that my acting was terrible and he doesn't know why I'm here.
Yikes! I don't mean to be in your pockets, but how much did you get paid per scene at Helix?
So I was paid 800 700 when I was not exclusive, and then 800 when I was.
Per scene?
Yes.
And how many scenes have you done? Do you recall on the top of your head?
I've probably done about maybe 9 scenes.
Okay. All right. Now, if you could tell the owner of Helix Studios one thing right now by looking into this camera, what would you say to the owner who drugged you guys and, you know, essentially raped you guys? What would you say to him?
I would probably tell him to get his shit together because there's going to be a time when people are going to come to their knowledge and they're not going to take it anymore.
And could you tell our viewers and your fans as well as the owner's name?
It's Keith Miller.
Okay, I didn't want to say. I wanted to make sure you said
it.
Right. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and I want to say I'm going to give a special shout out to Straight Up Gay Porn. They were super fast with the story.
Mm-hmm.
They were on. They don't sleep over there, child. Okay.
No.
They were they were on that story. Where's Eli now?
He's in the living room.
Okay. Do you want to get him to come on and say anything, or it's just you?
And
Yeah, go ahead, go get him.
Guys, I need to borrow some clothes for the interviews because I don't have any fancy clothes.
You go to my closet, you take whatever you need. You too, Brennan. You guys gotta look sharp. It's the most important day of our lives, okay?
Okay, Dad.
What's your name? What's your age? Where you from? What's your sign? Who you love? What's your style? What you do? What you drive? Stop, drop, and roll. Do that. Do it like a pro. Do that. Stop, drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the panel. Now, before the commercial break, adult entertainer Jordan Lake was sharing with me some really, really horrific stories from his experience at Helix Studios. We are now being joined by his roommate and best friend who also worked for Helix Studios and quit just as well, Eli Bennet. So, Mr. Eli Bennet, you were going on a huge tangent on Twitter, darling. I mean, you are going off. Now, your bestie Jordan just told us that the owner, Keith Miller, has drugged you guys and raped you guys. What can you share from your perspective? What happened to you at Helix?
Do we want like the whole thing, or are we mainly just focusing on the Keith Miller aspect at this moment?
I want you to give us the tea. Give it all you got. Be all you can be, like the army says,
Well, so I originally started filming with Helix back in August of 2020. Yes, 2020. Everything was fine in the very beginning because, as I learned, it's a front. Whenever there's a new person, they try to make it seem as happy as we can be. They literally told me when he started, like, okay, remember, make everything very welcoming and happy and da-da-da-da. And it wasn't until like November-ish where I decided, like, I kind of want to leave now. Like, it's very tiring. The disrespect started to show from our producers, Casey Roman and Tony Roman, that everything just started to get more like snappy and rude. And then I started going over to Keith's house around. It started when I was filming Stealing Hearts. That was December. So around like December areas when I would go over to Keith's house. He would pay me to strip and dance on a stripper pole that he had in his house. And me being myself, I was like, okay, money, great. Okay. Needed. And then it slowly progressed to more like sexual advances. Like he would have his friends come over and I would strip for them and dance on the pole and get paid. It would either be cash, PayPal, Apple Pay. And then it would get to the point where like I would be asked like, oh, how much would it take for you to sleep with me and my friend? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm okay. And then I went over there one time back in January-ish, like early January. And he was like, oh, hey, like, do you want to drink? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, what 19-year-old doesn't want to drink, And he made me a drink. Never at any point did I pour my own drink. It was always he poured my drink over here, away from me. And then I just remember a little bit of talking with me and one of his boys, is what we call them, little sugar babies. And then I just remember waking up the next morning and I didn't remember anything, but I only had maybe like 2 or 3 mixed drinks, which is never enough for me to get blacked out. Like I know my limits. So when I woke up not remembering anything, I was like, okay, like what happened? And Keith was like, oh yeah, like we had so much fun last night. And I was like, yeah, what happened? He was like, oh, you don't remember? We had a 3-way. And I looked at him and I was like, no, I don't remember at all. And you know, it was more of like a shock of disbelief that it happened. Just because like this is someone that I trusted, this is my boss, someone I'm supposed to be comfortable around. And it was not that kind of situation at all. So that's what happened with Keith.
There's more people who've done this to you, or just Keith who's done this?
That has drugged me, but there's been like sexual assault from other like models, and whenever it's brought up to directors, it's just like completely disregarded. And it's basically told like, oh, well, you put yourself in that situation. I'm like, the situation I put myself in was to be at your house to film.
Right. See, this is unbelievable. It's basically what I'm getting. He's trying to have a prostitution ring disguised as a porn company. It's
yes, pretty much.
That's what I'm getting from this whole story. This is shocking. This is fucking shocking. And you know, like I said to Jordan earlier, so many former Helix people, they all left, and now you two are now joining the list. It's just fucking bizarre. How do you feel about Max Carter claiming that you guys are using this for clout?
At the end of the day, like, he wants to claim that we're using it for clout. If you look over the years and the amount of people who were exclusive to this company that have left, and all of the stories are lining up to the same thing with new add-ons on top of that, like, you would think that a company would then understand that there is an underlying issue and then some. It's baffling to me that you're going to claim we're clout chasing when stories line up and then there's added problems onto it. Like, don't you think that you would reflect and fix the issues?
Okay. Now, once again, I'm so sorry this has happened to you guys. You know, you guys are super young. This is fucking ridiculous, especially since they're in their 50s. They're grown ass men doing this. What do you have to say? If you could say one thing to Keith right now, what would you say to him?
I feel like the most that I would say is just, you know, thank you for putting me where I am today, but there's no more ties anywhere. I was put where I needed to be, and now I'm going on to somewhere that will treat me better.
Okay, that was my next question. Like, what's next for you guys? Because since this happened to you are you guys apprehensive about going to another studio now?
I mean, at other studios, yes. Definitely looking at other studios. The only thing that I'm telling myself is if I get offered an exclusive contract, I'm definitely going to actually read it in depth, because the contract that I was given for Helix, there were things that I didn't look over until later that definitely showed me red flags. So I'm going to make sure to actually read those before I just sign.
Is there any particular studio that comes to y'all mind, like, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there? You know?
Next Door Studios.
Yeah, who we're looking at.
We've already been talking with them a little bit. They're trying to see if they can get us casted for a film, so that'll be nice.
Okay, now is there any final words you guys would like to say before I wrap this up, or you guys got everything off your chest?
I got everything out on Twitter.
We're just glad that we're finally done with the company. We don't have to walk on eggshells or be afraid of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being strong individuals and coming on to share this horrible ass story, because it's fucking horrible and people need to hear about these things, because we're always hearing about what's happening behind the scenes at these porn studios. So for you guys to come on camera and honestly share your story is just, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share this story.
Oh, hell yeah. This platform is for everybody. Listen, every porn star out there, y'all good. Come on, let's go. With that being said, thank you guys so much for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Lake, Eli Bennet, please go follow them at all their social media handles. It will be linked in the description box, okay? So thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.